Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the Office of Global Experiences virtual fair today. Now we have an information live session with one of our partners, CEDEI, from Cuenca, Ecuador. So without further ado, we have Diana Rosales here today that's going to do us a presentation on our partnership. So thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Dan. I'm really happy to share some information about our organization. As Dan said, we are located in Cuenca, Ecuador, and we have been partnering with UWY Water for quite a long time now. I think like maybe 10 years, maybe already. And I'm really excited to share about my home country, about my organization, and I have a special feeling for Whitewater because I'm an alumna. So it's really nice to see students from Wisconsin coming to our country. I will share a PowerPoint presentation so you can see some of the and explain a little bit about CEDEI, what we do, and what programs we offer to UW Water students. Let me see. So first, I'd like to share, let me see if I can show you a video, very short video about Ecuador in case that you don't, you're not familiar with our country, or if you're interested in coming and visiting us, sometimes it's good to have an idea of where you're going and what you might see. So let me show you. Let me see if I can. Okay, so that's just a small piece of what Ecuador is, especially in the Andes area, because we are just in the middle of the, in the equator, and because of the mountains, our climate is very diverse, and we have a variety of climates and flora and fauna that you can explore in such a small country as Ecuador is. Let me see if I can share now my PowerPoint. So yeah, we are known as the country of the four walls in one place. We have the Andes. We also have part of the Amazon rainforest. We have the coast that is towards the Pacific Ocean. And many of you might have heard about the Galapagos Island, which are also part of Ecuador. Well, about CEDEI, we are a not-for-profit institution of higher education. We were founded in 1992. And what we want to is to offer the opportunity to understand the peoples that are part of the Americas, especially between the South and the North, and promote the academic and cultural exchange of the people in these countries. We want to create or educate global citizens by providing the opportunity to come to a country, learn a new culture, learn a new language, and also share your own. Our institution has two main programs. We have an English language school, an ESL, that offers classes to over 1,000 students every trimester. We have students as young as 8 years old to 65 years old and even older who are interested in learning English. And we also have the international programs, which are the ones that promote the study abroad opportunities for international students, like many of you might be interested in doing. And we also host some faculty members who might be interested in doing research or getting to know Ecuador and South America prior to offer a faculty-led program. The CEDEI experience that we try to promote is focused on these 6 components. One of them is the cultural immersion. We offer customized courses. We're a small organization that has the ability to offer classes depending on the needs or interests of our students. They're all offered by local teachers who have many years of experience teaching Spanish or Latin American studies to mainly college students. We also offer sometimes of lectures in different areas from migration, politics, public health, that might be also interesting to get to know more about Ecuador and Latin America. And we also have options as dancing classes, cooking classes. That can also be a way that you can learn about the culture. All our students live with host families. This is a very important part of the programs. We usually place 1 student per family. I know it's usually the scariest part for many, but at the end, it's also the one that they remember the most and they love the most because they get to know Cuencanos, get to know the culture as a local rather than as a tourist. And because, as I was explaining, we have this diversity in our country, we promote excursions that can also show you different parts of the country. Like the semester program students had the chance to go to the Galapagos Island. Many students in the programs include trips to the Amazon jungle. Since we're so close to Peru, we take students to Machu Picchu. And of course, visiting different areas nearby, such as we have the Cajas National Park, which is a natural park that is located right outside of Cuenca. We have some Inca ruins a few hours away from here, and many indigenous towns and beautiful cities that our students have the chance to get to know. We also want that students get to know a little bit of the language, even though it's not a requirement, but we hope that students can learn a little bit of the basic Spanish, which helps even to communicate with their host families. Because the idea is you get out of your comfort zone, you get to know the people, and through the language, that's something that sometimes get missed if the students don't know any Spanish. We all offer these customized classes, so usually students take a placement exam before coming here, and based on that, they take some classes during the time that they're in Cuenca. And we love to brag about our city because Cuenca, not because I'm from here, but it's one of the most beautiful cities in the country. We're the 3rd largest city. We are in the mountains, but the city is mostly flat. We have a very nice weather, and pretty much you can walk everywhere, which helps to the students to get around, to feel familiar with the location during the time that they do the study abroad. Cuenca is a UNESCO's World Heritage Site, and as I said, it's the 3rd largest city. We have like 600,000 people, maybe it's a population. And also you get academic credits for the time that you're here because we have this collaboration with UW Whitewater. Most of the students that come here, usually they get, like if it's a semester, they can earn from 9 to 18 academic credits in different areas, not necessarily just in Spanish, but we have classes in for other majors like international studies, biology, education, music. So it's not just because we're a Spanish-speaking country, you have to study Spanish and you have to already take classes just in Spanish. And I highly recommend you that if you haven't had the opportunity, put it on your bucket list. Cuenca should be a place that you should visit. Now I'm going to share another short video just about Cuenca and his architecture. We love to, let me see if I can show you. So again, that's another little piece so you can get to know more about Cuenca. Especially we love to show visitors and about the colonial city, especially downtown. We have lots of churches and parks and lots of like open areas. Cuenca is a very artistic city. We have lots of artists in different fields like music, dancing, ceramics. So it's a very rich city to visit, and usually for students, that's also a great opportunity to come to another environment, comparing to like small towns where you might be used to see everything in a certain way. Cuenca is a very typical colonial city that might be repeated to what you see in Quito, in Lima, and other cities in Latin America. So let me see if I can show you a little bit more of some of the places, as I said, that students usually visit is because we are right by, across the equator. They usually go and visit the latitude 0, which is where the equatorial line is. It's a little bit above, up north of Quito. We take students to visit downtown Quito, which is another beautiful area and place that many visitors have to go when they come to Ecuador. We try to ensure that students visit and get to know the local artists, like in Otavalo, which is an indigenous town in the Northern Highlands. We go and visit, workshops where people work with local materials to create musical instruments or clothing, and get to know how they live their daily, lives. You get to know them on a closer way than just as a tourist. Here's a picture of the Cajas National Park, which has hundreds of lagoons. That's where Cuenca gets the water that we use. It's very high, it's 13,000 feet above sea level. I think that Wisconsin is like maybe 200 feet, so it's or 700 feet, I guess. So it's quite a difference. Students get to the altitude as well, get used to it. And we also visit Saraguro, which is another indigenous town in the southern part of the highlands. Some of the programs that we offer is the semester in the Andes, which is offered for fall and spring, usually around the same time as your academic year, where students from different areas can come and study for a whole semester. We have the TEFL certificate program, where students can get certified to teach English as a foreign language. We have the student teacher program, which usually hosts UW-Whitewater students from the education area and have the opportunity to do some of their practicum hours in a local school. And we also offer individual study programs for students who might be coming to Ecuador for a couple of weeks and want to have this experience. They can get to take some classes with us and live with a family, do some excursions. So have this smaller version of a study abroad program. Here are some details about the semester in the Andes. Again, you can get up to 18 credits for different majors. We have sociology, business, of course, Spanish. And we offer classes not just in Spanish, but also in English, because our semester is divided in 2 quarters. So the idea is that students that are not proficient in Spanish, they can take some Spanish classes on the first quarter while taking some of the classes for their majors in English. And then for the second quarter, they can, already feel more confident to take classes in their majors, but in Spanish. And usually classes are very small. We have an average of 3 students per class. Most of the time are just 1 or 2, which also allows the student to get more, get the most out of the experience, because pretty much is a one-on-one class. The excursions are very important of the semester. The semester in the Andes, you travel all across the country, and you even go to Peru. You live with a host family, and part of this credits, you can also do an internship or some service learning opportunities. We can also, earn credits and get, part of this internship requirement if it's part of your major. For that, you already need to have like an high intermediate or advanced level of Spanish. The TEFL certificate that we offer every summer. It's usually 4 weeks. You have the experience of studying abroad again because you live with a family, have some excursions. And because we have this ESL school, you have the opportunity to already practice by teaching at our school while you're learning to teach English. So that's also a great opportunity. And if you complete it successfully, you can also apply to work with us. We have a lot of students who have completed the certificate and then stayed with us for a year or two, teaching at our school as well. And then the individual programs that can be some tutorials. We have some programs in terms of medical Spanish, so for students in the health area that they might be interested in getting proficient in the language, but learning more terms that are applicable to their profession, so they can take this course that it's a minimum of 40 hours of classes, but you can also have visits to site visits to clinics or other local health providers that give you an idea to compare how different the health system can be in Ecuador compared to the US. So thank you so much. I hope that you have learned a little bit more about our organization. You can find us on social media, and I will be happy to answer some questions if you have about the programs.
Well, thank you, Diana, for that wonderful presentation, and what a great opportunity our students have to study in Ecuador. It would be great to get more students to go there, and it can open up so many opportunities to them. So thank you very much.
Thanks.